can record it. Good. So the reason why I'm recording this is to put in the Facebook group that I've given you all permission to enter, and hopefully you will practice morning yoga between now and next Monday when we connect with each other. So that would be lovely. So we've seen every time the cat moves and the dog moves, they stretch. And after a good night's stretch, we need to stretch. So if you just want to raise your arms above your head, turn your hands inside out, inhale, stretch up, and then exhale. And inhale up, and exhale. So the reason why I'm on the floor is I just want to show you just something. So when we wake up in the morning, it's not a good practice to just bounce up. It's always good to lie over onto your right side and use your left hand to push yourself up. And that way it's less pressure on the heart. So if you can remember that, that's just something to remember when you get out of bed. Roll onto your side, ideally onto your right side, unless you're pregnant, and you use your left arm and you push yourself up. So we're going to stand up. Morning time. So we've just woken up. So this would be hip width. If you put your feet together, and if you take your heels apart, and then take your feet are hip width apart. And just like the Harbour Bridge, we need to have a good foundation. So have a look at your little toes and bless those little toes and spread your toes on the floor. So ideally here we have a straight line on the side. Our ankles are going over our heels, our knee. And a lot of people can overextend in the knees. So what we want, I have an overextending body. So I need to soften my knees. And by softening my knees, that softens any kind of jarring that might happen in the lower back. So if you suffer from anything in the lower back, keep your knees soft. It's like suspension in the car. So just, if you're standing in a queue, not that we're standing in any queue, because we're socially isolated, but if you were standing in a queue, if you had your feet aligned and you had your knees soft and your tailbone tucked in, and if you stretched up through the top of your head and relaxed your shoulders down, it shouldn't be too exhausting. You can actually get a sense of where the weight is on the toes, on the heels. So some people are leaning forward a lot, and some people are leaning back. So just notice, just close your eyes there. You've got your feet hip width apart, your toes are spread, your knees are soft, your tailbone's tucked in. You're stretching up through the top of the head, shoulders down. And just go down to your feet and see, where is the weight? Is it more towards the toes or the heels? The outside, the inside, just play around with it and just see if you can get yourself perfectly aligned. And this is a great place to start. So our feet are the foundation. And if you do feel that you're thinking too much or you're anxious or fearful and you're too much in your head, that is the Vata energy, but V-A-T-A, and this particular time of year is really tricky for people who have Vata. So this is Ayurveda now, there's Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So this is the Vata time of year where we can get anxious and we can be in our heads too much. So by having your feet solid on the ground and breathing in through the feet, you breathe in from the center of the earth. And you can just ground yourself. You can breathe in through the feet. Take it right up to your head. You can take it right up to the universe. And then you can exhale and breathe back down again. So keeping yourself grounded. So Vata, the energy of Vata starts to panic because we're coming into winter, and Vata thrives best in warm weather. So it will get anxious in cold weather, and that anxiety will come in the kidneys, which will affect from the waist downwards. So what could happen is constipation, insomnia, poor night's sleep. So with our nice foundation, with our nice knees and soft, we'll do some circles. So imagine you've got a pin in your bottom and you're drawing a circle around your feet. So drawing a circle and breathing. And then reverse the direction. You might feel this in your lower back. And then let's do one side and then the other side. So Karen will recognise this as a belly dancing move, where we aim to just move the bottom part of the body and just keep the top part still. So moving the top part, we'd be stretching out and keeping the bottom part still. So you're stretching out. Right, so let's do some rolls with your shoulders. Backwards rolls. I want you to think about your breathing now. Feel the breath at the nostrils. So often when we concentrate, we're not breathing. So breathing is a lot of the focus in yoga therapy is around the breath. Just take one shoulder up, the other one up, both up, back again. Remember to keep those knees soft. Now let's do some figure eights. So you're leading with your left hip, then with your right hip, and you're drawing an 8. An 8. Yeah? So just loosening up the hips. So when we're in bed at night, we're very still. Toxins and things can collect around the joints. And we can wake up in the morning and we can feel stiff. And a lot of this can be just from what we eat. So it's important to just notice, how do I feel this morning? Do I feel stiff? What did I eat last night? Maybe that didn't agree with my digestive system. And maybe that's caught up in my joints. So by doing a little yoga in the morning, you can connect your mind with your body and know how you feel. So let's take an inhale, bring your arms up, turn your hands inside out, and then exhale over to the left. Then inhale up. Let's do it twice more. Exhale to the left. Keep your knees soft. Up. And again, exhale. And inhale up. Let's go to the other side. First, just stretch up nice and tall. And then exhale. Inhale up. And again. And one more. And relax. Good, just roll the shoulders again. So we'll have a look at the neck. So often we're so busy with the walk in the head and our whole bodies are going ahead, and also gravity is pushing us down, and that's why we see a lot of older people kind of round and humped, because the gravity is pushing on them. And in yoga, what we want to do is we want to at least keep the body as healthy and fit as long as we can. So in between the spine are discs. So if we stretch the body, we're actually stretching the joints off each other and giving the discs in between a little room to move. Yeah? So with gravity pushing us down, the discs get worn out as we age. So in yoga, we want to go against that. And the way that we rejuvenate those discs is through the breathing. So if you just tuck your chin down, take your head back, and then lift your chin, you'll get you'll be straighter at the back. So I'll just show you again. So remember to keep your knees soft and your feet are aligned. Check your feet are aligned. That means they're across and even. There's no point doing any kind of yoga if you haven't got your foundation lined up to start off with. Otherwise, we're all wonky. So feet are aligned, knees are soft, hips are on top of the knees. And just take your chin down, and now take your head back. And then just lift your head up. And breathe. So come into your nose, feel the breath, feel the breath. We always aim to breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. I have to say, it's good that all of us fellas are being locked inside for a while, because I think nature's really loving it, and I can hear so many birds outside my window. It's really nice. So what I do with my yoga in the mornings is that I do a salute to the sun, and this is a 4-week class that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to go through it very slowly this week, and each week we'll work up to it. So first off, I would like you to just stand like this. So I just want you to just put your left hand behind your back like this, and your right hand up here. So your right hand's next to your ear. Check your feet are lined up. Tailbone's tucked in. Chin is tucked in, stretching through the top of the head. And see how I'm stressing my shoulder? Just relax your shoulder down. So the body is soft. It looks straight, but it's soft. So we're just going to inhale, keep the arm by the ear, bend your knees, and exhale. See how far you can keep that arm by your ear for stretching out, and then exhaling. If you can take the hand to the floor, your knees are bent, your head is relaxed. And then to come back, you bring the arm back to the ear. So if the arm is at your ear, your spine will be straight, and then knees are bent, you can inhale and come up. So we do the downward movement is an exhale. So again, we're going to inhale, lift the body, and exhale, come down. Stretching out with the fingers, coming down. Then inhaling, bring the arm by the ear, stretching out. Inhale, come up. Let's do it again. So exhaling down. Knees are slightly bent, stretching through the hand, lengthening the spine, relaxing your chin in. Then inhale, bring the arm by the ear, stretch into the hand, and come up. And exhale. Let's try the other side. So put your right hand behind your back, like this. We're going to put the arm next to the ear. And that way we can tell. If the arm's out here, I mean, unless you can't do it, you can't do it. That's the how it is. But if you can do it, you can actually gauge. So again, feet are lined up. So we're going to inhale, stretch up. And exhaling, coming down. With your hand on your lower back, you might feel your back muscles activating. So it's exhale to go down. Bring your arm to your ear and inhale to come up. And let's go again. Arm by the ear, inhale, come up. And let's do it once more. Arm by the ear, inhale, come up. So the reason why I do one arm and then the other arm is this is yoga therapy. And it is about combining the breath with the movement. So if you found on the way up that your breath was short, then you know this posture is difficult for you, that your muscles are a little weak, and you just need to strengthen them. And doing something as simple as that will strengthen. So if you come to the side of the mat and you've got your feet hip width apart, knees are soft, let's just inhale and take both arms up. Arms are by the ears, and now we're going to exhale, stretching out. See if you can stretch out and take the hands to the floor. So your knees are bent and maybe your hands are reaching the floor. And then inhale, you can look up. And then exhale, relax down. So let's put your hands on your lower back and inhale, come up. And exhale, relax. Let's take our legs wide. Again, you want to have a straight line on the outside of your knees, fairly soft. Just take your hands up. That's an inhale. And this is an exhale. So let's inhale and take your right arm up. And the exhale, go over to the side. And inhale, come up. And exhale down. Remember to keep your knees soft. We'll do that twice more. So it's inhale, both arms up. And then exhale over to the left. Stretching up. Look up at your hand. Feel the stretch here in the body. Breathe into it. What we're doing is we're opening the body, cleanse the body with the breath. Any toxins that may have accumulated during the night will move through the body. And then inhale, come up. And exhale down. Let's just do that one more time. So inhale up. Exhale. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. As you exhale, see if you can take the arm down a little further. Exhaling. So I've just been there for 3 breaths now, and now I'm inhaling here. And exhale down. Let's try the other side. So inhaling both arms up. And exhale over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale down. So coordinate the breath with the movement. It turns this practice into a meditation. So inhaling up. Exhaling down. Look up at your hand. Stay there for 1, 2 breaths. Then inhale, come up. Exhale down. So this time we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. So inhaling up. Exhale down. Keep your knees soft. Taking the head down as you exhale. So inhaling, stretching. Open your fingers wide. Let the air breathe through your fingers. Exhaling, relaxing. Inhaling, opening. And then inhale, come up. And exhale. And stretch. Let's do a balance. So we're just going to put one, sometimes it's easier off the mat for some psychological reason. So just your left foot is flat on the floor, spread the toes, and you can put your right foot on top, put your hands together. Just focus on something on the floor. So one foot is on top of the other, focusing, breathing. It might be a little difficult. Some days are better than others. And breathe. I'm not very good at it today. So the trick with this is we'll just do the right leg. You spread the toes on the right foot. Focus on something in front of you. Don't move your eyes. Then put the left foot on top of the right foot. Inhale. Raise your arms. So we're going to do that again. And the reason why we do the balancing is because it's good for us as we grow older. It will increase our confidence and increase our balance, actually. So we really need to have an awareness of our feet on the floor. We need to wear good shoes so that we're not going to slip over. And we need to be very aware of our bodies. In a balance, we'll just take the energy onto the left foot. Just look in front of you. So find a little speck of dust on the carpet or somewhere. Once you've got your eyes fixated, just put your right foot on top of your left. You can put your hands on your waist if that's easier. And take a breath. So come into your breathing. I realise for some people that might be difficult if you've got a wall. It's a bit difficult for me today. Too much going on in my head. If you've got a wall, you can put your hand on the wall or on a chair. Or just do the other side. So focus on something in front of you. Put your hands wherever feels comfortable. Focus on your breath. Okay, so I'm pretty hopeless at balancing today. And sometimes that can be because we've got too much going on our mind, or because of where the moon is and the planets are, who knows. But other days are better than others, some days are better than others. And one side of the body can be better than the other side. So one side of the body relates to our emotional, our masculine side, and the other side relates to our feminine side. So depending on what's going on in your moods, also is whether you can balance. Yeah, so let's just come into the breath for a minute. Just standing, breathing. Feel the breath of your nostrils. So the breath, the breathing, it really is the main part. If you put your hands on your chest with your middle fingers touching, ideally when you take an inhalation, the fingers come apart. And when you exhale, the fingers come back together again. So the breath, the lungs are like balloons, and when we inhale, we fill them up. And of course, the body expands with the inhalation. And with the exhalation, the body relaxes, surrenders, and the lungs empty. So I want you now to just count how long your inhalation is for. And now count how long your exhalation is for. So we always aim to have a longer ratio of exhalation to inhalation. So I can breathe in for 4, there's a slight pause, and then I'll exhale for 6. So let's sit down. I'm just going to grab my bolster. So the bolster's really good to have for the sleepy time class, or you can get one. I've put a link to it online on my website, Yoga King. I've bought things from them before. So there's a chair here that's good for the lunchtime class on Wednesday. Bolster's fabulous for the evening class because we'll sleep on it. Now, if you don't have a bolster, ideally you've got a pillow, and maybe you can sit on the pillow. If you can sit like this, it's hard because I can't see you, I can't suggest anything. If you can sit like this can be comfortable for some people, or perhaps like this, cross-legged, or if you've got a chair, sit on the chair, because we're just going to do a little breathing now. Yeah? All right? So I'm going to sit on the bolster because that's my preferred method. So the breathing that we're going to do is, I'm just going to teach you a very simple version of it. And as we go, as we work together, we'll get more and more into it, and we'll bring in what's called kriyas, which are cleansing practices, and we'll also bring in bandhas, which are energy locks, so we can lock energy into the body. So just for now, the reason why I'm sitting like this is so that my spine is straight. So if my spine is straight, my shoulders are back, I'm going to give my body the best opportunity to breathe. And the way we exhale the toxins and anything that's built up in the body, emotions, everything, is through the exhalation. So when we're upset, and we're taking very, very short breaths. You might notice when you wake up in the morning, your breathing is very calm. And you should have a bad night's sleep, of course. So we're just going to put your hands here at the side, and the little fingers, the hands are away from the body. And this breathing, if you practice this breathing, you'll feel a lot of happiness. So we'll just do a simple, short version. So we start off with your chin down, and we're just going to inhale. And now we're going to exhale for a count of 6. So inhaling. And exhaling for 6. And again, one more. Inhale. Open the body. And exhale. And now we'll put the thumbs in your armpits. Again, your little fingers are free. And we're going to do another 3. So inhaling as we open. Expanding the body. And exhaling for 6. Inhaling. And one more. Inhaling and exhaling for 6. And then we'll do hands on the back. So you have your hand like this on the back, if you can, or as close to it. And you have your elbows down, your head down. So as you inhale, you open up. And as you exhale, and twice more. Inhaling, opening. And exhaling, closing. And inhale as you open the body. Opening, receiving, and exhaling, closing, surrendering, softening. So just sit still just for a moment. Feel the body. So our breathing is so important. It is the metronome of our life, for our emotions. If we have a long, slow, smooth, subtle breath, we'll be calmer. So if you can see, if you can during the week, try and become aware of your breath during the day. It's something that's just so automatic. We don't think about it and it just happens. But it's the first thing we do and the last thing first thing we do when we're born and the last thing we do when we die is breathing. So we'll just lie down now and do a twist. and then we'll do a relaxation. So if you've got your yoga blanket around close, or any kind of blanket, doesn't have to be yoga blanket, and you might need a pillow. I don't need a pillow, but we're just going to do a little twist to finish the class. So you can put your knees on your chest and give yourself a hug and say, well done for making the effort. Yoga really is, well, an act of love, really. We take our car to get serviced, and we really do need to service our bodies. So you can place your hands out to the side. So if you don't have a lot of room, you can be in what's called a cactus position. So it looks like this, with the elbows straight out from the shoulders. You can be in a cactus position. You can put your actually just put your feet on the floor, cross your left leg over your right. So you've got your left leg crossed over your right. And then pick your hips up and just take them a little bit to the left. And now drop your left leg over to the right. Put your right hand on your left leg and look over to the left. If your shoulder comes off the floor, your left shoulder, then bring your legs back a little bit so you can keep your shoulder on the floor. So for some of us, we might only be able to go to here. And that's okay, as long as you keep your left shoulder on the floor and your right shoulder on the floor. If you can keep the shoulders on the floor and just bring the knees closer. So what we're doing here is just twisting, which is very good for the adrenal glands, good for the nervous system, excellent for people with bad backs, excellent for people with constipation. So what we want to do is we want to really exhale. So lengthen your exhale again, lengthen your exhale. So inhaling. I like to count the inhale too, so I might inhale for 3 and exhale for 6. So just become aware of the inhalation, the pause, and then the exhale. Then coming back to the center, just straighten your body up. Give yourself a hug. Place your feet back on the floor. Hand out into the cactus. Right leg over the left. Pick your hips up and turn them, take them towards the right side. Just a little bit. You just move your spine a little bit over to the right and then drop over to the left. Look along the right side. So I just heard my spine click, which was fantastic. That just puts it back into alignment for my sleeping. You'd pay a chiropractor about $90 to do this, so we can do this ourselves in yoga. Again, focus on your exhale. With the exhalation, let the body sink. Completely let the body relax. Let the floor support the weight of the body. Being aware of your breath.
And then we'll come back to the center and give yourself a hug. If you've got a pillow close by, put a pillow under your head. If you've got a bolster, you can put a bolster under your knees. I'm just going to do a relaxation with you. We've moved the body. You've got your blankie. You need to really put something over your chest, at least, because the temperature of the body drops as you relax. So you just tuck your tailbone in, take your shoulders down from your ears, have your palms facing upwards. So this is the most important part of yoga. It's called Shavasana, meaning the corpse. So we relax the body, relax the body. So your eyes are closed if you've got something to cover your eyes. Your hands are turned upwards. Just move your shoulders down away from your ears. Tuck your tailbone under. Tuck your chin in. See if you feel like the back of your neck is straight. Just make any adjustments that you need to make to your body. And now take your energy into your right hand. You might feel a tingling. We can call that the prana, the life force. So just becoming aware of your right hand. Become aware of your right hand thumb. The second finger. Take your mind to your third finger. Fourth, middle finger. Become aware of all of the fingers on the right hand, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand. You're holding that hand in your mind's eye. Move up to your wrist. Move up to your elbow. Circle around your elbow. Move up to your shoulder blade, your armpit. Now from the top of the shoulder to the elbow to the fingertips, consciously relax that palm. So just as we unconsciously create tension in the body, consciously we can release tension. So let your right arm become heavy. Let the floor support its weight. Now come to your right side of your chest, your waist, around your buttock, around your hip. Just touch these parts with your mind, with the intention to relax, to surrender. Feel around the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh, your kneecap, your shin, your calf. Become aware of the ankle, the heel, the instep. Now take your mind to your right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, little toe. Hold all 5 toes. Hold the whole of your right foot in your mind's eye. Come up to your knee, come up to your hip. Relax the whole of the right leg, from the hip to the knee to the foot. Relax from the hip to the shoulder, from the shoulder to the fingertips. Take a deep exhalation and just relax the whole of the right side of the body. Let it sink into the floor. Let it completely surrender. And now notice the difference between the right and the left side. Just by touching your awareness to your body, feel the difference. This is yoga. It's called union between mind and body. Come over to your left hand now. Become aware of your left hand thumb, second finger, third, fourth, middle finger. Feel the prana tingling in your left hand. That means you're alive. The prana, life force. Feel the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, your wrist, elbow, shoulder. Relax the whole of your left arm, from your fingertips to the elbows to the shoulder. Let the arm become. Relax around the left side of the chest, the shoulder blade, the armpit. Relax down your waist to your left buttock, the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh, your kneecap, your shin, your calf, your ankle, your heel, the instep of the foot, the ball of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third, fourth, little toe. Hold all 5 toes. Hold the foot. Feel the foot. It feels like it's got a sock on it. Maybe it has. And now relax from the foot to the knee to the hip. Relax your hips into the floor. Relax across the tops of your shoulders. Soften around the back of the neck and the front of the throat. And come back round to the back of the neck, release your ears. From the back of the skull, come right up over the top of the head to the forehead. Release your forehead down to your eyebrows. Let your eyes sink back in your head. Release the muscles from the top of the forehead to the eyebrows, the eyes relaxing right down to the jaw. Relax around the mouth. Let the tongue rest in the bottom palate of the mouth. Just let the breath wash over your body. With each exhalation, let your body sink into the floor. So releasing from the top of the head to the nose, to the chin, all the way down to the feet. Totally surrendered, totally still. Now we'll come back to the body. So just start to move your fingers, ball of the hand, back of the hand. Release, wiggle the toes. Take your arms up and just stretch into your arms. And just roll over onto your right side. And then from there, you use your left hand to come up into a seated position. Keep the blanket with you if you're feeling a little cold. So now would be a perfect time for you to set your clock and set your clock for 10 minutes and just sit perfectly still and connect with that divine energy, that higher power, whatever you call God or whoever you surrender to. But just before we do that, we're connecting again on Wednesday. So Wednesday will be our chair yoga class and it starts at 12 o'clock. And I'm going to show you asanas or exercises that you can do on the chair, how to sit upright. And for anyone who works at a desk, especially a lot of people who are working from home at the moment, using their computer at the dining room table, they may not be ergonomically correct, and this can cause problems in the shoulder and the neck and the back. And that will be our Wednesday class. And then on Thursday night, if you've got a bolster, it would be fabulous because we're going to use the bolster to open the body, and it's just an absolutely luxurious feeling. So I've got a link to on my website for the bolster, but you may not be able to get one in time, but never mind, you'll have it before the end of the class. And yeah, that's on Thursday night. So on Thursday night, if you can have your food, it's best to really eat dinner around about 5 p.m. so that your body's not digesting throughout the evening. But if you can have a smallish dinner, so in Ayurveda they say have breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. So just soup for dinner is the best. Something light, but have a substantial lunch. Yeah, so I'm going to end our practice now, and I encourage you to just sit there with the clock on. Maybe 3 minutes is enough for you, but just training the body to keep perfectly still. And that is the purpose of yoga, is to actually first start to learn to control the body. It's the easiest of all for us to control. The mouth is the hardest, I believe, and I certainly struggle with that one. But the body, and then the mind, and then the mouth. So if you can control the body and keep it still, then you'll start to notice what goes on in the mind and calm the mind. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll be sending you an invitation to the Facebook group if you haven't already got it. And in there will be a replay of this class. And each week we're going to get a little more complex. Please leave any feedback that you have in the Facebook group. Because I can't see you, I don't know how you're going with all of this. So we're going to get a little more complex as we go along. I just wanted to keep it fairly simple and get your feedback to let me know if there's anything that you struggle with or anything you'd like more information on. And yeah, and I look forward to being with you all again on Wednesday. So thank you very much. I'm just going to do a closing mudra with you just before we finish. So if you're in this position, if you can, so just going to inhale, take your arms above your head. Take your hands behind your back. Interlock your hands together and exhale as we go forward. And slowly coming up. Place your hands into Anjali Mudra and put them at your forehead with your mind and at your mouth with your speech and at your heart with your body. May you honor your inner wisdom and really congratulate yourself for making this effort to come along. I really thank you, and I really want to share this with you. Okay.